KASPA has been one of the biggest trending coins in 2024 and could literally go 100x in 2025. In today's video, I'm going to be going over and giving you my full price prediction, where I expect KASPA to go in 2025 during this biggest cryptocurrency bull run ever. If you do enjoy today's video, make sure to smash the like and subscribe because it does support the channel. First things first, I'll actually come over to CoinMarketCap to be able to analyze KASPA and look at some in-depth information, something like the market cap. So I can see it's currently just shy of a $3 billion market cap. It's actually the 48th biggest cryptocurrency out of more than 10,000. 24-hour volume is actually up nearly 100%, 150 million. See, the fully diluted valuation as well is 3.17 billion. So we can compare that to the market cap, which means there is a small amount of tokens to come out, which you can actually confirm that's the total supply currently of KAS, but the maximum supply, so there's basically nearly another 3 billion tokens to come out. Here you can have direct links to their website, white paper, which is really good to go over, truly deep dive into KASPA. Today we'll do a bit more of a technical analysis, so won't so much matter, but definitely something if you're looking for more of a long-term fundamental play. We've got all of the community sentiment and some of the latest posts here. And also we can really track KASPA and see which exchanges actually has the most amount of volume. So you can go down and select by volume. And I can confirm here that MEXC has the largest amount of volume, 33 million in just 24 hours, then Gate.io, LBank, BitGet, and then it starts to drastically actually taper off, especially on other exchanges like Kraken. So you can overall track where the volume is coming through for KASPA. Then we can actually come back over to the chart. Here we're currently on the weekly time frame. This is the longest time I'm able to find on KASPA. KASPA actually was created back here in 2011, but I'm not able to find a chart of the overall token creation. So this is the earliest I'm able to find. Basically, earliest price was something like 0.2 of a cent, 0.5 of a cent. Right now we're at that 11 cent range. One of the only things I'm seeing currently in the market is clearly we're making higher high, then we made a massive lower low, quite a big dip from this current price. So all the way from there over 51%. Then we did make another lower low. So we've actually made a lower low, and it makes sense why the market has had a really strong rejection in basically the last 3 to 4 weeks. So overall had a really strong push down. Could be actually waiting for a small push below this level. The reason I do say that is a lot of people would have stop losses in this level. So we could actually just quickly flush this price, get stop losses hit before we do have that continuation to the upside. I am overall expecting KASPA to have another push to the upside. Makes sense why we've had a bit of a decline. We actually made a bit of a 3 push wedge, 1, 2, 3, and then we made a 3 push wedge within a 3 push wedge. You can see 1, 2, 3. So the chart acting quite fractal. So we're getting this wedge shape pattern. Eventually you do get the breakout near the apex, and obviously we're having a bit of a double wave push to the downside. Makes a lot of sense as well that this is the apex point of the triangle. You actually usually retest the apex point before then you get another continuation in the direction of the breakout of the overall wedge. So the breakout was downside, come back to actually retest the apex of the triangle, then we have one more continuation move. So it's actually setting up to potentially turn around very, very soon for KASPA. One of the only things that I don't currently like is this current EMA sloping to the downside. So you can see KASPA, I only like to buy depending on the slope of the EMA. So if we actually have a positive slope, so say chart is like this, and the slope of the EMA is up and to the right, that's when I'm looking to buy on retests of this EMA, because this is a positive slope on an EMA, so it actually means you only want to look for longs. In comparison, we also have a chart where the chart can actually be coming down and to the right. This is actually a negative slope on the exponential moving average, this line here acting as the EMA. And if it has a negative slope, it means you can only look to sell. So when we look at these two charts and we look at the direction of the current EMA, you can see the current EMA actually lines up with this bottom chart. So it has a negative slope. If it has a negative slope, I can only look for short. So what I am waiting for is a bit of a continuation where we do get this bottoming out pattern, and then we finally get the breakout and we do get that positive slope on the EMA, once we get the positive slope, that actually tells us that the probability of success of a long play actually increases quite significantly, and that's why you do want to take those trades. Another thing really is let's say we are going to bottom out roughly in this area, basically making a bit of a trading range. Even basically every time we're coming up, selling high, every time we're coming down into these regions, people are looking to buy. So potentially could make another flush of this region, then look for that continuation. So overall, let's actually do Fibonacci trend-based extension based on these numbers. So we're going to go from the absolute low all the way to the high, down to where we do expect this low. We can actually use this current low and say that will be the low, or we could go just slightly lower if we do expect a small decrease in price. But overall, this will actually give us a price prediction of where price can actually go during this bull run. A lot of prices are actually based on this Fibonacci trend-based extension, especially when you go back and do it to Bitcoin and Ethereum, even Solana and all these other coins. You actually see that when you do this trend-based Fibonacci extension, each bull run is actually based, when you actually get that extension, is based on these numbers that I'm about to show you. So we actually begin with the trend-based extension over here. Then when we've actually got that, we'll go all the way to this low in price. We'll go all the way to the low right. Get it in here, right in there. Then we go all the way to the top. And now we bring it actually down to this current low. So we can expect that to be our current low. Then we're actually mainly looking at this 1618. So you can see this blue region is the 1618. Then we'll have the 2618, this red region, 3618, and then the 436. So this is very, very common. And actually this final target nearly lines up exactly with this $1 region. So that could actually be quite significant, lining up with a bit of a resistance level in this $1 region, but also lining up with a bit of a resistance in this trend-based extension, basically giving us a bit of a confluence zone. One of the first zones I'm always looking out for is this 1618. So it's currently at 43 cents. Even if we look at our current price, I'm expecting a bit of a drop, maybe to this 9 to 8 cent region. It's basically a 420% push to the upside. So some really solid potential gains on KASPA, but this would only be one of the first regions that maybe I get out a small portion of my position. You sell 20 or 25% to actually basically take all your initial capital off the table, and everything left you basically play with for free. That's just something that I like to do. Overall, we can then use these other targets as second, third, and even our fourth overall expectation price predictions. Using the trend-based extension really helps us, because when we look at the chart, you really look and you see, well, there is no actual resistance up in this region. You can't say, oh, well, we're going to get resistance at 75 cents, because actually when we look back on the chart, we had this massive trading range in this region and we might fail to break above this overall resistance. But since we haven't had any actual price action, prices only ever hit 20 cents at the maximum, we actually do need to use these tools to be able to predict and make some price predictions into the future. And then based on those price predictions, we can see how price is actually tracking, how the technical analysis is currently sitting along. Like one of the first moves that I'm really be waiting for on KASPA, which would be a really easy play, is actually when we get a breakout of this region. Once this resistance gets a breakout, what would I expect? I'd expect a push up to the upside, but actually for price to decline, come back into the region where it also lines up with this initial resistance level. But once it gets broken, it then turns into a support. So right here, we use it as a support and then get an even stronger push to the upside, potentially to this 50-cent level that I showed you that would line up with the 161A. So even trading it like this is a type of strategy that I really like, because I might have a long-term position on KASPA, but then I have a short-term position where I'm trading, where I actually wait for the breakout, look for the retest to the EMA, then look for the continuation, especially when we've got this support to resistance flip. Because what could happen is this EMA actually begins to flick to the upside like that. We get the breakout. Not only are we buying on a support to resistance flip, we're also buying on an EMA retracement. So we can get confluence and overall increase our probability of success, even look for trades in that area. So that's really how I'm lining up KASPA right now. It's definitely looking quite strong, but overall we are stuck in a little bit of a trading range. So one of these breakouts, then initially resistance acting as support, would be one of the most successful ways to trade this. It's extremely high probability because, as I said, if we do get the breakout, it would show that the EMA is pointed to the upside. So it would give us confluence that the overall probability is more upside momentum. Then we can also line it up with this support to resistance flip because there is a lot of liquidity in this level. So it will act as support a high percentage of times. Putting these strategies together, I've found actually has a very high probability of success. So there we go for KASPA, giving you my full price prediction of where I expect it to go during this 2025 crypto bull run. I've mainly been focusing on meme coin trading. So if you want to learn even more about meme coin trading and use the fastest Telegram trading bot for meme coins, use the link in the video description for TradeWiz. You get a massive 10% off all of your trading fees. Don't forget that I just released my copy trading masterclass. It's currently 70% off, and I teach you how to go from a beginner to an advanced copy trading master. If you have enjoyed today's video, don't forget to smash the like and subscribe because I'll be seeing you in the next video.